What is up, guys, and welcome to the Nexus. Today, we are here to talk about all things Season 1. Season 1 has now begun, and the PQs are starting to roll in the next few weeks. So we're here to talk about that and our predictions, etc., etc. But first off, we do our standard hellos. How are you doing, Emmy?
Really good, really good. Really excited for this new season, season 1. We are kicking it off with a PQ this weekend and another one next week. So we are fully in, baby. We are ready to go, ready to roll, and couldn't be more excited. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I've been getting a bit more locked in. Really enjoying the top 8 heart and solo builds. I've been working on that and went to locals the other day. Had a little win, so pretty encouraging. So yeah, really looking forward to playing in some tournaments in the upcoming months. But let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
All right, so growth and change. This is a new article that has come out on the official Star Wars Unlimited website. Why don't you take us through what we're looking at, Amy?
Absolutely. Well, before we dive into it, just a quick message. Guys, thank you so much for all the support. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot. If you could leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, it really helps us and motivate us a lot. And we have big announcements coming soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah, you're gonna love this. It
Yeah.
involves
With that being
more content and yeah, loads more exciting stuff. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and get us to 1,000 as soon as possible.
yeah, no spoilers, but a lot coming. Just like in the new competitive season. So what we have seen this past year was considered season 0. So even though we had quite a few events, it was a test run. We can call it perhaps a test.
It's beta tests, yeah.
Yeah. So starting from this month, we are officially into Organized Play Season 1. And we have a handy visual here that shows us how it's going to work towards the ultimate competitive event, which is Galactic Championship. We're still going to have our planetary qualifier, sector qualifier, and regional qualifier or regional championship. This time, these events will allocate um, qualifier points, QP, I believe, are referred as, and these will help you get the invite for a Galactic Championship, because from this season, the way to get to Galactic Championship is by qualifying, getting 100 points, and we'll see how many you get for each tournament.
So yeah, unlike this year, it's actually it's invite only for the Galactic Championships,
It's gonna be
which is interesting. But it is something that they've said since the start, that they plan to make a point system, and it's great to see them implementing it so quickly after Worlds. So
agreed. There's gonna be a last chance qualifier, just like similar to this year, like on the Friday. But the way to get to Worlds is gonna be by getting points to get to 100. We'll see again like how much we get from each event. But we start from planetary qualifiers. So, Josh, do you want to like give an overview of like the point system?
yeah, absolutely. So for as you can see here on this table, you got planetary qualifier, sector qualifier, regionals, and GC, which is Galactic Championships. Obviously, the Galactic Championships is already gone, so everyone in the top 16 has already qualified for the World Championships, and that does include our own Ollie. So congratulations to him. However, if you weren't in the top 16 at Worlds, you now have the task of getting 100 points in order to get your qualification place. Now, this can be done in 3 ways. Firstly, well, there's multiple ways, to be honest, because points can accumulate between events. However, if you want to get it done in one, the best ways to do that would be becoming a champion of a planetary qualifier, which will give you the 100 points you need. If you come second place, you get 35 points, which seems extremely harsh. There's a lot.
You need to do finalists 3 times to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so hard.
That puts a lot of stake on that final match. The top 4 players will get 25%, 25 points, which will put them 25% of the way, and then top 8s will get 15. However, sector qualifiers will give a lot more, so you will get 250 points if you become the champion, and then everyone in the top 8 and above will get their qualification straight to Worlds. Top 16 is 50 points, so that'll get you halfway there. And then if we go to the regional championships, anyone in the top 8 again will get 150 points. Seems a bit harsh, top 16 getting only 75, but I'm sure these points have been allocated in a very specific way. And you might be wondering, what's the point in giving more than 100 points to people?
Exactly.
Well, the reason is that they are setting up a world leaderboard, and the top 32 players of the world will get paid flights and accommodation for the World Championships. So all to play for, even if you have already qualified like the top 16 at the Galactic Championships.
Yeah, correct. So we'll see a lot of players that are already qualified going to multiple events and trying to get the very top of that leaderboard. Right now, as Josh said, there's many ways to get these points, although we only have the list of PQs as it stands right now, as well as we know that the Galactic Championship is going to be in Vegas next year. So PQs is the focus right now, right? Because they've started last week. We are in the UK. For us, they're starting this week. And really, this is the first chance for us to get points. Now, talking about PQs, there's a big change coming. It's really exciting for me, which is, and I think for many other players, I'd love to hear your perspective as well, Josh, but is limited play or sealed. In fact, on top of the normal constructed PQs that you're, familiar with, we will get, should we call it like special, but they're not special. There's going to be part of the organized play is PQs that are limited play, which means that you don't have to build a deck to get to these PQs. You will get your cards on the day in a form of a sealed for the Swiss rounds. So you get 6 packs, you build your deck, and then if you make top 8, you go into a draft. Josh, what do you think about limited play? Do you think is good to have limited play in PQs? And what do you think they're setting up for here?
I mean, I definitely think it's cool. It's very interesting. It gives people that maybe have a different, enjoyment in the game a chance to hone their skills with a bit of something on the line, really, because generally when you're playing sealed, your prize comes in the packs that you open, you're hoping for a showcase or something in your packs. But however,
Anakin, they're going for £40.
Yeah, or an Anakin, for example. However, putting a lot on the line, it makes it also, for me, it will give people incentive to try and hone their skills, because obviously sealed isn't for everyone. However, I believe, putting the stakes on the line might give people a bit more encouragement to take it a bit more seriously, because genuinely, sealed in Star Wars is extremely fun. I think top 8 drafting is really brutal.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how it turns out. I don't know if it's a good or bad idea at this point, but I definitely think it's a fun idea and a very inclusive one at that.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I'm excited about the idea of bringing friends that have seen me playing the game, but they do not want to like go in and buy cards and test and prepare a deck. But I know for a fact that I'll be able to convince them by saying, "Hey, you know, I'll explain to you the card pool. What are the good cards you're looking for?" And they know how to play the game. And I just say, "Let's go together, rock up, you know, hopefully we get good cards out of packs and we can build a good deck and you might do very well without having to, prep a whole lot." So I'm really excited about that. One thing that I want to answer as a question is like, why would players go to a PQ, right? Especially I mentioned like new players, and we're seeing, especially in our scene, new players coming in with the new set. um, and I have a bit of a perspective here because I think PQs are really just a your little step forward from your local tournaments. So it's not going to be a massive tournament. It's not going to take you multiple days, and is not going to be 9 rounds or more. Is a competitive event.
Well, it is if you get into it
And
is if you get into Top Cut.
it is, yes, for sure. Again, like in the perspective of like, why would you play as a new player, as someone that
Yeah.
has never been to a PQ? Um,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I definitely think it's a good place because there's going to be a lot of mixed quality players. I think it's always best in TCG to hone your skills against the best because then you give yourself a higher benchmark in which to get your skill level to. Um,
sure.
no one learns anything from just playing against people of low quality. You have to struggle to improve. So I think PQs is the best place to start, especially the fact that you can do it in your local game stores generally. As a lot more events keep getting announced.
Absolutely. And on that note, we actually have a small segment from our friend Hung from Spellbound, who is organizing a PQ and wanted to share some insights from what is it like to participate in a PQ and this PQ in particular. So let's take it away.
Take it away, Han.
Yes, so Star Wars Unlimited players, welcome to Season 1. Spellbound Games does indeed have a planetary qualifier that is happening on the 16th of August. The event will start at 10:30 for registration, and the first round will start at 11:30 a.m. So Spellbound Games is located in London. We're in an area called Elephant and Castle. This is located on the northern line for the tube line. If you're traveling by car, there's also street parking on the weekend that is free all day. So no worries about that. The street parking is just right next to the shop. So we are putting up a lot pricing for Planetary Qualifier. At the moment, about 60% of the tickets have sold, and that means that we can put up to 2 boxes for the first place winner. Second place winner getting 1 box, and then from 3rd to 16th place, we're distributing the packs so that if you perform well, you'll get more packs. If you don't perform as well as you expected, we're not leaving you out. Everybody will be receiving 3 packs participation at a minimum. So I am aware that a lot of folks are traveling in from outside London. I want to make sure that your day is worth it. So even if you don't do as well as you expect in the tournament itself, we will be hosting some side events. There'll be sealed events with pre-release boxes. There'll be also draft events as well. So if you want to play more Star Wars Unlimited, there will be something for you all day at Spellbound Gigs. So if you're coming down to the PQ, there are a few things I would recommend you definitely should be bringing. Number one is definitely your deck. Make sure that in your deck box there is just your decks and then tokens and counters and nothing else. That's very important to make sure that the judges is happy with what's in your deck box. The second thing is obviously your deck list. So your deck list, I would recommend bringing Paker just in case. Every store will have a different way to submit the deck list. But if you bring a Paker one, then the judge is most likely just going to be very happy about that as well. The final thing I would recommend you bring is a big bottle of water. Now, we do sell drinks, and around the area, there's also a lot of food. There's also a lot of like takeaways and food as well. But a big bottle of water is going to be very helpful because it's going to be a very long day playing the PQ. Okay, well, I will see you all on August the 16th at our planetary qualifier. May the force be with you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Hung, for that. And yeah, we really love Spellbound games. We had a great time there recently during Worlds. Dressing up as in silly costumes, etc. Q photo.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So yeah,
I don't know if I can share those cosplay photos.
I mean
but,
maybe, but yeah, no, we really hope the best of success for the event coming up at Spellbound, and I'm sure you're going to be there, Emmy.
yeah.
Trying to get your points in. So, talking of points and winning, we should go on to the tournament results that have come out since Worlds.
Yeah, let's do that because we're talking about PQs. We're telling you go to PQs, grind points, and I guess like the right segue to that is okay, what should you play? Well, let's look at how the meta is forming after Worlds and with the lack of a ban list because a lot of people were speculating that Force Throw would be banned. It's
Which
not.
has not been. In
Yeah.
fact, nothing's been banned. I think they're taking another week off, from what I understand.
Yeah, nothing has been banned, and these first three decks that we're seeing that have won, if you want to zoom in a little bit, they're not first throw decks. So I don't know. We'll see, like if these results will just cement the fact that first throw is not going to be banned. But
So
it seems like
So when it says minor tournament, does that mean it's not a planetary qualifier and it's just like a convention event?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the planetary qualifier then. I mean, these events actually have like 50 people,
More than yeah, exactly.
which is decent. So I guess that it's all a good representation of what we're looking at.
There's a minor tournament that has more players than the PQ. But the caveat here is that weekend it was Gen Con weekend, and it was after the Worlds. So these numbers will definitely go up. I'm certain. But with that being said, that a Kylo Datavo that you're looking at is none other than John Tata. So
Oh, is it the man, the myth, the legend?
yeah, I sent him a message and I said more like Tatavold than Datavold because Ray Datavold and now Kylo Datavold. But essentially, we're looking at a rise of like soft control and hard control because this is a mid-range meta that has essentially kicked out Sabine and some of the aggro decks. And I think those aggro decks that are doing well, like Vader and we get Kazuda's lists, people are just not playing them. So yeah, we'll see more, I think, of these lists. I see you're doing some magic here on the screen.
Trying.
Not sure. That's okay.
The website's crazy, but you can see it now. The list. So
Put in the link in the description.
Absolutely. So what's great about this list then? Why do you think this is this is something that they brought out, started using after Worlds?
Yeah, obviously we see at Worlds, Kylo Tarkintown got the final spot with the Bota Network list. In our previous video, which you should check out, we talked about Kylo ECL and how it's a completely different deck from Tarkintown. And Datavolt is also a different deck as it really hinges on soft control and really just looking at the long game. It kind of acts as a bit of Akira, if you will, is like your green blue villainy deck with that explosive like last turn I flip Kylo and I like kill you, but it's not reliant on Kylo as much as a Kylo Tarkintown is, for example. So I'm expecting a lot of people to pick this up, even though that aggrieved parliamentarian is a card in the sideboard that kind of like shuffle the whole discard pile. But I think this version, the Datavol version, doesn't suffer too much from the parliamentarian because, again, you're running the green-blue villainy package.
All right. So
Yeah.
do we have any other lists that we want to have a little look at?
I think the last one that we can shout out is the hand to blue. I think hand to blue has been essentially proven to be the best red blue heroism deck, if not like obviously like a tier 1 deck in the meta. And it's a very resilient mid-range deck that suffers against the soft and hard control. So I think what's going to end up happening is more people will play control and more people will play aggro. We see Sabines here to combat the control that combat the mid-range. So if that happens, I think we're into a very healthy meta where every type of deck is represented. So we might not see the ban of Force Throw, to be honest. And as far as I can tell, everything is on the table. So it makes it for a very exciting start of PQ season.
So
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask what your opinion is do you think it should have been banned, or
I think, yeah, if we are getting into that conversation, I would actually suggest go check out Thork's video, because he gets into in the depth of if it should be banned. I will link it in the description. So I would say, in my opinion, as we need to wait for results of PQs and see if it becomes polarizing or not.
Well, speaking of results, we wish everyone the best of luck. Why don't you tell us in the comments what you're going to be playing at the upcoming PQs if you're going to any? We're hoping and planning to get to multiple, and we have some great stuff to talk about in regards to competitive play coming up in the future, guys. So keep your eyes out. And yeah, we thank you very much for checking out our video. And yeah, we just want to say we're really excited about Star Wars in general at the moment and the start of season 1. So we hope to see you all at some tournaments very soon. So have you got anything else to say before we go here, mate?
No, you said it all, Josh. Good luck, everyone, and see you at the next event.
Thanks for watching.